Benji Rodriguez. He's playing at third base. Batting sixth, Colin Finilli. He's at second. John Farrell, who helped me out a little bit prior to the game, is at shortstop. We got a base hit out into right field, and picking it up and throwing it in quickly was Lemons, holding bowling to a single. Batting eighth is Todd Gorowski at first base, and batting ninth is Jeremy Spira, playing in right.
Yeah, they waste no time, Marty.
Yeah.
First pitch single.
I guess they're going with Grayson on this guy. We couldn't figure out if it was Gayton or Grayson.
It is Gayton.
Gayton drops a bunt, a beauty. Casper out quickly and throws, and they call him out. Nice play by Casper.
And that's a really tough play for a catcher to get the mask off, get there in time, especially on a quick runner like Gayton to get him out. Beautiful throw that time. Great catch by Stout to complete the play.
And it was a great bunt. We'll give that kid a sacrifice, even though he really probably was bunting for a base hit. What are we going with him? Gayton?
Gayton. Yeah.
Gayton, okay.
Yeah, I was writing them quick. Sorry if they're not pristine.
Josh Mosley, number 3 hitter, swings and misses. Gronsky, I mentioned in leadoff that he went 8 innings last year for the A's. Only gave up 3 hits and 1 run. Struck out 12. There's a liner out in the right field. Fair ball right down the line. Run will score from second. And throw comes in. And Mosley has a double.
And it's clear what the plan of attack is so far for the Rockies. It's to attack early. They've seen 4 pitches, and they've got 3 balls in play already with the single, a bunt, and now that double down the line. So on Goronsky, they know he's a tough pitcher. Just mentioned those stats. You got to attack him early.
Well, Bill's going with Mitch Jordan, is that right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, they're not the pristine condition.
Mitch Gordon, not to be confused with Michael Jordan. Big swing and a miss by Jordan. Jordan in the DH spot. It'll be interesting to see if Mitch is a DH in the second game. Usually in these types of games we see a lot of movement between positions and players, although we're not sure how many of the Rockies they brought up here to Sheboygan.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, especially for a smaller team like this to go up to Sheboygan. I mean, you can't imagine that a whole ton of players would be willing to go the distance like that. Even though it's a beautiful ballpark at Wildwood here.
Last year, a Chicago team called the Rockies came up. That was 2 years ago, actually, and this team formerly was called the Rippers, and had a team name change with going into a different league. And we did pull out the score sheets, but it was the Clubbers last year, and what was the other one? Clouts. There were 2 different Chicago teams
Warriors.
Came up and played.
Warriors.
And this particular team, a lot of the members on this team from Chicago played 2 years ago, and that ball hits Jordan right in the middle of the back, right between the shoulders.
Feels like Alex Ames in the box. Guy always gets hit by a pitch that time.
Yeah.
Hit 2 times in his first game against Two Rivers on Wednesday.
Good thing they didn't throw real hard.
Yeah.
Benji Rodriguez. Okay, what movie is the character Benny Rodriguez? Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Come on. That's basic, Mullen.
Nice goes over and steps on the bag to get the force. No throw to first, but there are 2 outs.
Sandlot.
You got it, the Sandlot. That was one of our questions last year. Or was that 2 years ago when we did movies and literature? Movies
2
and
years.
baseball literature. I think I got the quiz in my folder on the chair right here in front of us. Bill, how are we pronouncing this kid's last name? Yes. Finelli? Okay, Colin Finelli. Pitch is inside for a ball. There are 2 outs. The Rockies have a run in on a double by Josh Mosley. The ball hit high into center field. Ames measuring it and takes it for out number 3. And that ends the first for Chicago, but they do put a run on the board after a half inning of play. Chicago won. The A's coming to bat.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Leading off for Sheboygan in the bottom of the first is going to be Alex Ames. He'll be followed by George Haas and then Harry Stelt. In our first game, by the way, on Friday, Sheboygan lost to Denmark by a score of 10-9, and a lot of the what we'd call the regular, the guys we depend on were not at the game, and they gave it a good run, but could not come out on top. Ames in that game on Wednesday that we did when Sheboygan beat Two Rivers 6-2. Ames was 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch twice.
Yeah, Ames is known for just getting on base. That's always been his thing. And last year his average went along with it. He almost hit 280, and he still drew those walks, which is just invaluable for a baseball player.
I think when we looked it up, his on base was in the 390s, which is really, really good. Carl Holm is the pitcher for Chicago. Why don't you go through their defense, Lucas?
Defensively for the Chicago Rockies, around the horn in the outfield and left field is Andy Gayton. In center field is Mike Bowling. He's in center. And then in right field is Jeremy Spears. Around the horn in the infield from third to first is Benji Rodriguez. He's the third baseman. At shortstop is John Farrell. Colin Finelli is at second base. And then at first base is Todd Gronsky. And then the battery behind the plate is Josh Mosley with Carl Holm, as before mentioned, the pitcher for the Rockies today.
Well, Ames continues that on base trend for him, drawing a walk. I think he'd rather have a walk than a hit by pitch.
Yeah, a little less painful.
First pitch taken by Haas is a ball.
Haas played in game 1, he hit 9th, so hitting second's a little bit of a different move for him, but he was 0 for 1, but he also drew a walk.
Got an RBI too. Fly ball out to center is caught. Bowling the catcher, doing the catching of that fly ball. That brings up Harry Stelt. Harry hitting 250. It's early in the season. Had that double right down the right field line. Got all the way to the warning track, and Ames, with his good speed, was able to score all the way from first.
That's what happens when you got a guy who get on base who's got some speed, steal some bases. I mean, double makes it a little bit easier for him, but still, that's why Ames' ability to get on base can help the team score runs in the long run.
Brisk afternoon here at Wildwood Park.
Been kind of a weird start to the summer. Some days feel like they're in the 80s, and then all of a sudden we go back down to 50 today.
Game time temperature was 60 degrees. There's a strike to Harry. We didn't announce this, but last game they had a pretty nice 50-50 payout to Lucas, $220 on dollar hot dog and soda night.
Yeah. Opening night.
We were all pretty diligent up here in the press box. Nobody had their hot dog or dollar soda. We left it all for the fans. Ames on the move. He's going to, whoa, stolen base. I'll tell you, the throw came closer to the pitcher than it did to the second baseman covering the bag.
Yeah, that was scary there for a second. It looked like it was headed right for him, just able to get out of the way home that time. But Ames had that bag stolen anyway.
Ames in scoring position. See if Harry can come through. And loads the count at 3-2. Jacob Neese waiting on deck. We'll be following this 7-inning game with another 7-inning game about 20 minutes after the conclusion of game 1. And then we'll have the same drill tomorrow. But the first game starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Harry with a swing and a miss, a rare strikeout for him. That brings up Jacob Neese.
And this A's team right now is not going to be the A's team that we see later in July and August. They're still missing a lot of their firepower. I mean, Connor Lash at Concordia, he's still not here with the team. Then Braden Horton and John Hadley are playing the NCAA tournament right now.
Talked about them, had a couple of big hits in their game yesterday. The College World Series. Actually, it's not technically the World Series, it's the playoffs.
Regionals, yeah.
Ball is hit up in the air and left. Pardon me, at shortstop. And making the catch was the Chicago shortstop, John Farrell. And that ends the first inning for Sheboygan after one complete. Chicago on top, 1-0.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
Serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Number 14, John Farrell is up.
Joba Farrell. I wrote that wrong.
Oh, Joba Farrell. And Joba was the gentleman that helped me out before the game with the team name. What are we going to call them, the Rockies or the Rippers?
It's tough, looking on the website before the game, trying to find out a little bit more about this team, and they still have their overall page named the Rippers, but all the posts say Rockies, so it's kind of trying to guess
Take your
which one
pick,
to use.
right? Pitch is down low. Chicago collected a couple of hits and a run in the first inning. They were swinging the bat early in the count. We don't have a roster of names for them today, do we? Just what we got for the lineup.
Yeah, it'll get interesting come later in the game with substitutes.
Right, if there are any for
Yeah.
them.
That's true. That's true.
Gavin with a good breaking pitch that time, fouled off.
As a pitcher that you were for Howard's Grove and for the A's, what would you go here 3-2? You use your best pitch, or you go breaking ball? Or
All fastballs.
all fastballs?
Some of that would depend on the day too, because at times I could actually throw my curveball for a strike in at different spots in the strike zone, but most of the time it was a fastball. That was a rare occasion. Farrell draws the walk. Goronsky, the first baseman, is up. Todd Goronsky. We don't think there's any relationship between Todd and our Gavin Goronsky.
Feels like not a very common last name, though,
Well, definitely not.
So, but that happens.
That pitch evens the count at 1-1. Waiting on deck is the number 9 hitter, Jeremy Spears.
Chicago took being called the Rockies to the heart, though they got the same logo as the Colorado Rockies and a very similar uniform to the Colorado Rockies City Connect jerseys.
Aren't there copyright laws about that?
Maybe they're different in some way. I don't know.
I think a nickname should have some relativity to where you're playing. Like, what does Rockies have to do with Flatland, Illinois?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the skyline. I don't know. The buildings.
Yeah.
Kind of like mountains when it comes to the difference in the suburbs, I guess. If that's what they're going for.
Goronsky comes set at the belt. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout for Todd. And the first strikeout for Gavin. Jeremy Spears. Farrell looks pretty much perched over there at first. Doesn't look like he's going to be going anywhere soon. Another pitch right in there. Bouncing ball to Neese, backhand, throw to second for one. Relay in time. Double play. Pitcher's best friend, and that ends the top of the second.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Doing the chicken dance contest, and Lucas, I think we could win the contest up here in the booth, and none of us are dancing.
Yeah. I see a couple down there.
A1 is in the house. Nice to see him.
Chicago side's getting moving a little bit.
We got to get Olivia's friend's name. Olivia and her friend helped us out a little bit, getting us some information, along with Carlin Brugink. Leading off the bottom of the second for Sheboygan is Riley Palmquist. Riley did not get a hit in the first game, but he did draw a walk and played some real fine defense. A looping liner right behind the pitcher's mound, and goes as a base hit.
And that's why, Marty, they say exit hits over exit velocity right there. A little chip right over the top of the pitcher.
I wish I could do that with my 7-iron.
You'll take those every day of the week.
It brings up Jimmy Jurgensen. Jimmy had a nice night, couple hits and a couple RBIs against Two Rivers. Also drew a walk. Nice to have Jimmy back.
Yes.
I know there were some questions about his return after last season. I believe he has a teaching position, but it's not in the area. And with having summers off,
That helps.
it
Makes
helps.
it a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, like you mentioned, the first game, right there on the edge of that top 10 home run record.
Yep, 29. 2 more will tie him with Al Albert. Jimmy takes that pitch for a ball.
And Jimmy in game 1, too, he went 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. So, I mean, that's when you want hits to come the most. And he
Yeah,
did it both times he had a chance at it.
that pitch looked pretty good, but it was called outside. Good eye by Jimmy. Palmquist on it first with a single. Quit stalling. Ball, fly ball is caught. Nice running catch out there by Bowling. Jimmy didn't get a good whack at that one. Palmquist did have 3 stolen bases last year. He doesn't do a lot of running. Be interesting to see if manager Tim Moyer has him running with 1 out. Cal Casper up. Cal was 0 for 3 in the first game. Hits one in the hole and gets it through the infield. Not hit hard, but good placement.
I mean, if you're a Chicago fan or a player on the Chicago defense, I mean, you just got a feel for home on the mound right now. 2 balls that were not hit hard. Riley's didn't even get out of the infield, and then Cal Casper just a perfect spot to hit it in between that 6 hole. 2 men on for the A's.
Calvin Kiesler up. Kiesler hit 264 last year. Did not appear in the Two Rivers game. Calvin, a Oshkosh kid, goes to St. Olaf College. Takes that pitch outside.
And the thing we always talk about in these 7-inning games is that you don't want to be behind for too long because the game's not as long as normal. It's only 7 innings long.
That's
so you
exactly
want to make
right.
sure you put your imprint on the game early.
Eric Hasenstein in the house. There he goes. Breaking ball right in there. Nice pitch by Home.
Yeah, if he's landing that pitch consistently, good luck. If you're an A's hitter,
Yeah,
that was
right.
a beautiful pitch in there.
Better be sitting on a curveball. Hopefully he'll leave it upstairs and you can rip it. 2 on, 1 out. He ripped that one high and deep. Right down the line. And out of play. Good effort by the left fielder, Gayton.
Kiesler's got power. Hit a couple home
Kiesler
runs
had
last year.
2 home runs for us. Those are our stats, right, from
Yes.
last year? Yeah, he had 2 home runs last year.
Big one in the Wisconsin State League tournament, too.
Swings and fouls that one off down the right side. Using the whole field. Problem is, it's both foul territories.
Hit up the middle of the center, driving a run, ties ball game up.
Chicago looks to have good speed, especially in the center and left. Both runners on the move that time. And Kiesler fouls that one right into the tarp where all the players are sitting. Nobody got hurt. Mark Mahoney and his wife are in the house.
Interesting move there by Helm.
Yeah.
Looks like he had a block there, but
I was thinking the same thing. Somebody even yelled it in the stands. The umpires didn't see it that way. Good breaking pitch again, and Kiesler comes up empty. And with 2 outs and 2 on, it'll bring up Lucas Lemons.
you know, that's tough as a hitter. When you've seen a lot of fastballs, 2-strike count, you're looking fastball more than likely, and then he puts that curveball below the zone. Not much you can do.
Lemons was 0 for 1 in our Wednesday game. Takes that pitch just a bit inside.
Yeah, he came in late in the game for his Marion teammate, George Haas.
Our umpires today, Peyton Kelling will do home plate in game 1. Doug Steinke on the bases. Good rip by Lemons, but he comes up empty. Evens the count at 1-1.
Huge if Lemons can get on base here. Get Ames back up, get the top of the order back to the plate. In this bottom half of the second inning.
Pitch just a touch outside. Home wanted it, so did the catcher, but Peyton Kelling saw it as an outside pitch, and the count now stands at 2-1. So pop up, foul territory, and out of play. Went across New Jersey Avenue, and we got a kid on that ball already. CJ, they don't listen to you. They keep running across the street for the ball. You just speak the words. You're not the policeman. You're not the authority. Need a clutch hit. Holm tried to dial it up, but threw it low and outside, and that loads the bases for Alex Ames, the leadoff hitter.
That's just a great at-bat by Lemons there, staying alive, fouling off a couple pitches, and then taking a walk. I mean, that's all you can ask of a baseball player at the end of the day.
Ames a little tapper in front of the mound. Holm picks it up and throws to first for the out, and the rally dies on a little topper to the pitcher. After two complete, Chicago's still on top, 1-0.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
We are trying to finish out last year's quiz questions. We have 3 left. We'll should knock off 2 of them today and then finish out the quiz questions from last year tomorrow. But our question for this year, some of you guys in the press box might even get this right. By the way, Bill, it's not Michael Casper. This Hall of Famer went to South High School. Casper did not. He went to New Holstein. And moved from catcher to pitcher. Had 43 wins as a Sheboygan A with 12 saves in his A's career. Who is this player? Hall of Famer. Went to South High. Yes. Good guess. No. This particular player caught in high school, might have done a little bit of pitching for South High, but his main transition to pitcher happened with Sheboygan, because they recognized his ability to throw so well. Big guy. Burley. I'm sorry? Bill got it right. Yeah. You fans out there in TV land are just gonna, or internet land are just gonna have to wait a little bit.
If we were
Mike Bowling, the center fielder, he singled and scored in the first. He represents the only run of the game.
And we know Goronski has the stuff to strike people out consistently. We saw it from his stats from last year. He went 8 innings and what do you say, 12 strikeouts?
12 strikeouts, only 2 walks, yeah.
That's elite stuff.
What's interesting, and I don't think we pointed this out, is he only appeared in 3 games last year. A ball up the middle got past Goronski, but Palmquist is there and makes the great play off a broken bat ground ball. Going back to Gavin's 3 appearances last year, going 8 innings with 12 strikeouts. He had a 2-0 record. So, yeah, they should have pitched him every other game. They could have got more wins. Andy Gayton up. Andy playing out in left field. First pitch is a ball.
Look at the guy in the Brewers, Aaron Ashby's got 9 wins already as a reliever.
I know, that's amazing. There was, I think it was back in the 60s, Ron Peronowski one year with the Dodgers had like 13 or 14 wins, and all he pitched was relief.
Call him the Vulture because he steals wins.
And I think he pitched over 100 innings.
Yeah.
Gayton bunted his first time up. We're pretty sure he was trying to bunt for a base hit. He got thrown out by Cal Casper, was quick as a cat getting out from behind home plate and throwing him out. But we credited him with a sacrifice. Moved Bowling up in the scoring position, who then scored on Mosley's hit.
Sacrifice then doesn't affect his batting average, so he's still technically 0 for 0.
0 for 0, correct. Ground ball is fair. Harry picks it up. Actually made the pickup in foul ground, but it crossed the bag in fair territory. So the batter's out on a 3 unassisted by Harry Stelt. We didn't talk about it a whole lot because it was a double play to end the inning, but Jacob Neese's backhand stab at third base last inning was really awesome, and then he followed that up with a strong throw to second.
Yeah, especially we saw him at second last year a lot of times, but when he's at 30, it just shows off how strong his arm truly is. And making that play on the backhand, you thought no chance he'd get 2 off that originally.
Exactly. Mosley doubled and drove in a run his first time. Josh is doing the catching today for the Rockies. What do you think? Should we give him the answer to the trivia question, or should we try to remember in the bottom half of the inning?
Don't keep him waiting.
Okay, all right. After this pitch. Bouncing ball foul. The question again was, this Hall of Famer went to South High School and moved from catcher to pitcher and had 43 wins and 12 saves in his A's career. The answer is, Bill got it right away. He was spot on for once. Not right away. Tim Spiro. Tim Spiro. And Mosley takes a call, strike 3 to end the third. And for Gorowski, that's his third strikeout of the ball game.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
George Haas, Harry Stelt, and Jacob Neese are going to be the first 3 batters for Sheboygan as we go to the bottom of the third. Holm, in a way, I guess it was sort of, for him, rightfully so, because he didn't give up any hard hits. But, boy, Sheboygan had a golden opportunity.
Yeah. Got back to the top of the order, got the bases loaded, got your on-base guy to the plate, and first pitch ground out.
And you got to give him credit. In the first inning with 2 outs and Harry up, he struck him out. Pardon me, with 1 out, he got Harry, a big clutch hitter, and then we had runners on first and second with 1 out, and he was able to retire 2 of the next 3 to work out of the inning. Did walk Lemons, who you had mentioned had a really great at-bat to load the bases.
And the thing about Holmes so far, he's just missing barrels. Like you said, there hasn't really been a hard hit ball, and the ball's in play. I mean, they haven't even, have we even seen a flyout yet? I mean, it's been basically all soft ground balls.
Jimmy had a soft one to center field. Bouncing ball down the third base side is foul. But you're right. Haas hit one to center. That one was kind of well hit.
Probably the hardest hit ball of the day.
Yeah. Holm paints the outside corner with a beautiful fastball.
But it just feels like the way this game's gone so far, it's going to be tough to string together hits off of Holm.
It's a slow roller out to second base. Haas hustling. And just got him. Lucas is standing next to me with his arms spread out like he's safe. But Steinke call him out.
Can't argue with the umpire. I guess his call is
you
final.
can.
His call is final, but man, that he looks safe to me.
Don't tell Leo DeRocher you can't argue. Harry's up. Harry was a strikeout victim his first time.
Felt like Finelli got a little too comfortable there at second base, waiting to make that throw, and then realized how fast Haas was running down the line.
Haas was hustling for sure. It's nice to see those fast guys run. Harry takes a big breaking pitch in for a strike.
Best part is when a speedy guy hits it down the right field line, and see him leg out a triple or
yeah, right, exactly. A new one, huh, CJ? And Harry takes a called strike 3.
I don't remember the last time I've seen Harry strike out back-to-back at bats.
No, yeah, me either. But I have all the score sheets from last year if you want to check it out. Jacob Neese. Jacob hit one the other night that sounded like it was going to really go far, way deep into left, and it was out there, but there was plenty of room between the outfielder and the wall.
Yeah,
but it sounded good.
Ball doesn't fly as well when it's chilly outside, that's for sure. A little cooler on that Wednesday night.
Pop up on the infield. And the catch is made, and that ends the third inning for Sheboygan. After 3 complete, Chicago still leading it 1-0.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Getting ready to start the 4th inning for the Rockies. It'll be Jordan, Rodriguez, and Finelli. It's the 4, 5, and 6 batters. Gorowski has looked good for Sheboygan. He gave up that first inning run, but since then has been quite effective.
Tigers last 8 after that hit by pitch of Mitch Jordan. Jordan was the last man to reach. Except for the one walk in there to Farrell.
Huh.
That double play kind of canceled out that Farrell walk.
Okay, now look at this. On our sheet, we got Jordan as being 22. He is number 18. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, you know, it's weird. Great stop by Riley Palmquist. Just smothered that tough ground ball on the bad hop, and he was able to pick it and make the play across the infield over to Harry for the out.
Riley made that play look really easy. That was a very difficult play. I was waiting for it to go off his chest the way he looked to try to stop it, but fielded it very cleanly, got up, and made a strong throw to first to retire Mitch Jordan in plenty of time.
Benji Rodriguez. First pitch is a strike. Peyton Kelling behind home plate. We mentioned that before. We saw Peyton a lot last year. Worked a lot of Sheboygan A's games early. Steinke, we also saw quite a bit last year.
Didn't we talk about Kelling being in the team photo for a little bit?
Yeah, that's right. We mentioned that after seeing him about 5 out of the last 6 games last year. I had one of those situations back when I was umpiring with the Cedarburg Mercs. It seemed like I was working a lot of games for them. I said, when's the team picture? Ball is hit high out in the center field. Ames drifting over and has it.
Yeah, the second time that Karonski's seen this Rockies order, he's been really locked down. He's retired the first 5 that he's seen the second time around. And again, not a lot of hard contact. Both teams, especially since that first inning for the Rockies, there has not been a lot of hard contact.
Finelli up. I know he doesn't look like the same guy, Bill. Maybe it's roster batting today.
14.
This guy's number is 44. 4 is number 4, but on our score sheet he should be 44. So too late now. He's just struck out, and that ends the 4th inning for Chicago. When we come back for Sheboygan, it'll be Palmquist, Jurgensen, and Casper.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Riley Palmquist is going to lead off the inning. He's has a single in the game, hit a little chip shot over the pitcher's head, and it landed between second base and the pitcher's mound, and he's able to beat it out for a base hit.
Yeah, he'd take one of those again, for sure. It's Thursday off 2 for 2.
Anything to get the batting average up. Nice play by Finelli. Retires Riley. And you mentioned it too. Holm is pitching a nice game for the Rockies.
Yeah, that's for sure. He's not really gone with the strikeout. He's got 3 strikeouts and 3 1/3 innings, but it's been a lot of soft contact. You know, have his defense work behind him.
That first pitch is in the inside corner for a strike. Jimmy laces a base hit on a hanging curveball right down the right field line, but Spears is over there quickly to hold Jimmy to a single.
Well, Jimmy now, he's got 3 of the first 7 hits of the year at home for the A's.
You know, and that's what I was saying about, you know, he's got a nice curveball, Holm does, but if he starts hanging it, you know, that's when you got to take advantage.
They can't all be perfect, can they?
No, definitely not. But then the key is when you get that bad pitch, you got to do something with it. Jimmy did that time. Cal Casper's up. He singled his first time up, seeing eye single to left. Holmes' pitch is in the dirt. Jimmy not a big base stealing threat at first. No stolen bases last year and was thrown out once.
You know, if Casper can work a walk here, you got Kiesler up, 2 men on, just 1 out. See if the A's can put together a run to tie this ball game up.
Jimmy taking a little bit bigger lead over at first. Cal draws a walk. That brings up Calvin Kiesler. Now, Calvin hit the ball hard a couple of times, ended up striking out that first at bat, but he had some good rips at it. Kiesler, we mentioned, is from Oshkosh. He goes to St. Olaf College. Did we figure out where St. Olaf's is?
It's in Minnesota.
Minnesota,
Pretty
okay.
sure.
All right.
Quick mound visit that time by the Rockies. Probably telling home to calm down. You've been so successful so far today. Get out of this inning. Keep the score where it is.
Sheboygan has gotten runners to second base 4 times in the ball game. Let's see if they can capitalize this time.
0 for 4 with runners in scoring position so far for Sheboygan.
Calvin, a check swing goes right to the pitcher, but it's called a foul ball.
More than likely, if that's not hit off of Kiesler's foot, you got second and third with 2 outs.
Yeah.
So in a way, you would take that, but still,
this was a good result too, because
well,
the pitcher was going to third base for sure. Plus, it in either play it gives us 2 outs, only 1 out to work with. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Runners on at first and second. And that ball hits Kiesler right up on the tip of the shoulder, it looked like. Bases loaded. And only 1 out.
All of a sudden, the command has just kind of been lost for home. He was rolling right through the A's order. And he gives up that, probably the hardest hit ball of the day to Jimmy Jurgensen, and then 5-pitch walk to Casper, and then a hit by pitch.
Lucas Lemons is up, and he had a great at-bat. His first time, able to foul some pitches off and eventually work a walk. Lemons takes that first pitch for a strike.
Probably a smart move there by Lemons. You're probably taking all the way there. Looks like Holman kind of lost his command a little bit. Don't want to reward him with a first pitch swing, had a pitch out of the zone.
Breaking balls inside. First base and third base for the Rockies defensively are up. First baseman is a step in front of the bag. Third baseman is even with the bag. They'll be coming home. Anything hit the first or third. That pitch outside makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Now you're in a spot with Lemon. You've seen the past couple of at-bats where Holm hasn't really been in the strike zone a whole lot. And now you're up in the count, you're in hitter's count with 2-1. You gotta be really careful what you swing at.
Lemons had a good rip but fouled it back. Lucas is from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Somehow found his way to Marion College. Took a lot of the back roads. Say that again?
Yeah. Jason Sims and Gus Walker.
Ball is hit out to right field, charging hard, coming after it, and it drops foul. Good effort out there by Spears, but he couldn't catch up to it. And that confirms what I thought, Lucas. We already mentioned that Gayton and Bowling and left and center are quick. Spears also very fast.
Yeah, anything down the line, looks like they were able to track it down.
2 strikes now on Lemons. He's going to have to battle up there. And he comes up empty. Good fastball by Holm.
You got to give a lot of credit to Holm on that one. He kind of felt like he lost it, and all of a sudden works his way back into the count, strikes out Lemon, and now he's got a path out of this inning.
Ames came up in the second inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs and tapped back to the mound. Let's see if he can come through. First pitch is down low. Ames, a good-looking kid from Plymouth, Wisconsin. Breaking pitch touches the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1.
You got to get one here if you're Sheboygan. You cannot go out of this inning scoreless and still find yourself down in this game.
A good eye by Alex, takes it to high for a ball, 2-1. Jimmy is over at third, Casper's on at second, and Calvin Kiesler on at first. Home with a strike, likes that outside corner. He's been going there quite often this inning. Evens the count at 2-2.
You have to expect with the ball to work with here, you'd see a breaking ball from home, or not.
Catcher jumped up trying to influence the umpire, but Peyton Kelling not having any of it. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a full count. The runners will be on the move. And it's a ball. Ames works a walk, and Sheboygan has tied it up.
That's that plate discipline coming into play for Alex Ames that time. Working the count, making home, frustrated, fouling off pitches, and working the walk to tie this ball game up.
Haas coming up, his biggest plate appearance in a Sheboygan uniform this year. Bouncing ball to the second baseman, who makes the play over to first in time, and that ends the Sheboygan fourth, but they do tie it up. And it's after 4 complete, it's 1-1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back here at Wildwood Park for the top of the 5th inning, Evan Goronski's still on the mound. He's ready to face these 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Chicago Rockies order. John Farrell, Todd Goronski, and Jeremy Spears. Goronski's looked good so far. The first inning is really the only time that the Rockies have had anything going at the plate when they had 2 hits, one of those being an RBI double by Josh Mosley to put the Rockies up 1-0 at the time before the A's came back and tied it up in the last inning with a walk from Alex Ames. Goronski ready to work down the top of the 5th inning. Score tied at 1. First pitch is fouled right side and out of play. Makes the count 0-1. And after that first inning, it's been all Goronski working right through this Rockies order. He's retired the last 8 hitters in the lineup. Pitch is strike, 0-2 now on John Farrell. Farrell was the last man to reach. He drew a walk back in the 2nd inning before being thrown out second as part of the double play that ended the inning from Jacob Neese. As that pitch is inside, it's 1-2 now. Goronski's got 3 strikeouts thus far and 4 innings plus now of pitching. That one's hit on the ground, the third. Neese picks up on a hop, throws across the first in plenty of time. Harry Stout for the first out to retire Farrell. 1 down in this 5th inning now for Todd Goronski, the 8-hole hitter in this Rockies order. Gronsky's at first base today. Seems like he's kind of acting as a team manager. He kind of was the one who was talking home through that bottom half of the fourth inning. The only mound visit the Rockies have had thus far. First pitch is outside for a ball.
Taking care of business, Lucas.
I got you covered.
You'll be doing that a lot this month, or I should say in June more. Got a group outing, the Wizards of Sheboygan, coming to a ball game on June 30th. We're going to be on the Budweiser party deck. Lucas will be doing that game. Are we still tied?
We are.
Great.
You only missed one batter.
What did he do?
Grounded out to Jacob. And now we got two. It's a walk.
Hey, you were doing okay till I came back.
I try my best.
Jeremy Spears is up. Spears it into a 5-4-3 double play on a really nice backhand pickup by Jacob Neese. All tied up at 1. Sheboygan plating a run in the bottom of the fourth on a bases loaded walk to Alex Ames.
Yeah, that walk was the first base runner since Farrell walked in the second. Haven't had a hit for Chicago since the first inning.
We mentioned Gavin Gorowski's prolific strikeouts last year, even though it was through 8 innings. He had 12. He hasn't been the strikeout pitcher that he showed last year today, but that's okay because he's getting them out.
And that's all you can ask of a pitcher. Get batters out, don't give up runs.
Only allowed 2 hits, both of those coming in the first inning. Well, the guy at first has taken a real big lead after the pitch is released. Cal might have a play on a snap throw down to first.
Especially the way that Gronsky's been pitching. If Chicago can get a runner in scoring position off a stolen base, could be a big difference in the way this end of this game goes.
There's a call, strike 3. Spears did check his swing, but the pitch just touched the outside corner for a called strike 3. And that is strikeout number 4 for Gavin Gorowski, the A's pitcher. Mike Bowling is up. 1 for 2. I got a feeling Gorowski over at first is going to be taken off.
This is now the first time since the first inning that the Rockies have sent more than 3 batters to the plate. But yet they still find themselves tied in this game, 1-1.
Yes. Home is keeping them in the ball game for sure, their pitcher. Gorowski with a nice breaking pitch. Might have been a slide piece. Oh, wow. That was an outstanding release by Casper. He caught it and threw it in an eye blink and got the runner trying to steal. And that ends the 5th inning for Chicago.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Leading off the 5th inning for Sheboygan will be Harry Stelt, and then it'll be Jacob Neese and Riley Palmquist. Left on base for Chicago, they have 2, and you've got Sheboygan for 7, Bill, is that correct?
And 0 for 6 runners in scoring position today. I mean, we talked about it last game. They were 2 for 10. Our last home game.
That's not a good start. On the runners in scoring position, hitting, right?
Hitting, yes,
yeah.
Hitting. Runner at second or third base. It's considered scoring position in baseball.
Harry gets a roller out to short, and the throw across is in time. You don't see that very often with Harry swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah, maybe it had something to do with the strikeouts, pass to at bats, maybe trying to.
Could be. Or saw a pitch he thought he could hit. And,
that probably makes the most sense.
Jacob is up. He popped to short and popped to second. And there's a one hit in a hole. Backhanded attempt by the shortstop. I'm not sure if he'd have thrown him out, but we'll give Jacob a base hit on that.
That would have been a very difficult play for the shortstop Farrell, but
yeah,
it was a play he could have made.
It's the kind of play where if you can pick it and throw, you have a chance. You know, anything else, you're not going to get them.
Especially Jacob isn't the type of speed that Alex Ames is, so he makes it a little bit easier, but I mean, slightly.
Neese last year did have 4 stolen bases, so keep an eye on him. It's the 4th hit by Sheboygan. They also have drawn 4 walks. And also put Kiesler on. He was hit by a pitch. So they've had base runners, and we mentioned that at the beginning of the half inning. Trouble is they've left too many on base. Ball is fouled straight back.
Yeah, all singles, no extra base hits to this point.
Neese has a nice lead at first. Good eye by Riley.
Got the hottest man when it comes to hitting wise so far this season on deck, Jimmy Jurgensen.
Another walk. Fifth walk drawn by Sheboygan. You know, if there's been a chink in the armor, it certainly has been the walks by home.
But 3 of them have come in the last 2 innings. It's been a little bit more erratic in the 4th and 5th.
Yeah, and that run that came home in the 4th was on a bases loaded walk. Jimmy scalds one foul. Fly ball out into short center field. Bowling drifting in and has it. Cal Casper up. Cal has been on twice. The base hit and a walk.
Yeah, perfectly hit ball in that second inning where he got his base hit right in that sixth hole.
Hudson Wagner
shortstop.
coaching over at first. Tim Moyer at third, of course. You know, if we get one of those seeing eye singles to left, can Jacob score on that?
Well, he's going to be running on any contact with 2 outs, so you think he's got a better shot. And the type of game this is, you might just send him anyway.
Right, yeah.
Especially with 2 outs. I mean, you never want to make the last 7 inning at home, of course.
No.
But
late in the ball game, it's the bottom of the 5th, tied at 1. And the runner at second, Nice, picked off. And that ends the 5th for Sheboygan. Through 5 complete, we're all tied at 1.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
It'll be the top of the order for Chicago in the 6th. Bowling, Gayton, and Mosley. Goronsky still on the mound. He's pitching a dandy.
yeah, still just those 2 hits for the Chicago lineup. Both of them coming in the first inning. And that's why we got the score of 1-1. It's been a pitcher's duel between Goronsky and Holm all day long. Neither lineup has really been able to take advantage consistently. Like we talk about stringing hits together, hasn't really happened for either side.
That's where Holm, the Chicago pitcher, has given us some openings with the walks, but we can't come through with the big hit. First pitch is a ball. Bowling singled and scored in the first and grounded out to short in the 3rd. Goronsky starts bowling off in this 6th inning with 2 balls. It's 2-0.
I think for Sheboygan, you throw a scoreless inning here, you get a couple runs in the bottom half and end in the top of the 7th. And you're
Exactly, yeah.
Easier said than done, of course. But you can't let 1 run be all that Chicago needs to send this game to extra innings.
That pitch is outside. Count is 3-1. Gavin has only walked 2 Rockies. Make it 3.
And base runners have been few and far between for the Rockies recently. Again, we said that last inning would be the first time they sent 4 batters to the plate since the first, but then Cal Cash made the amazing throw to second base. So still, it's been facing the minimum since the first inning for Goronsky.
Tighten up. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Bowling on at first. It's a threat to steal.
And definitely with Gaten at the plate, a ground ball is not a guaranteed double play, especially with this speed.
Exactly. And bowling with the stolen base. Good jump, good throw by Casper again. Just bowling a little bit quicker.
And that's what makes the top of this order dangerous, the speed that they have, and they don't even need a hit to get a guy in scoring position. Especially with the amazing arm of Casper back there. Still just too fast.
Ball is popped up behind home plate. Casper giving it a look, but it's out of play.
What a time for a strikeout here for Gronowski. We know he's got the stuff to do it. But even a ground ball would be a productive out.
Advance the runner,
Chicago.
right. Hit it to the right side. Bowling on at second. Walked and stole second base. Gaten on. Up to bat, I should say. Got to get that kid who was running out with the Packer sweatshirt, get him into the team store and get him a Sheboygan A's hooded sweatshirt, kind of like what you have, Lucas. That's pretty cool.
It's maroon, yeah. It's not technically A's branded, but.
Well, close enough. Pop up behind first. Haas makes the play and makes a strong throw across over to Nice and keeps bowling on at first.
It might not look like a huge play, but it is an absolutely ginormous play that time by Haas. On his back foot to make that strong a throw over, to keep a very speedy runner in bowling at second base. Big play that time for the A's.
Josh Mosley, who had a one-out double in the first, drove in Chicago's only run so far. He's up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Big swing and a miss. Gronsky looks to have pretty good stuff here in the 6th inning.
Feels like this game, the way it's headed, it's just the first team to go to their bullpen. Might be the team that loses this game.
Or maybe it's the first team that should have went to the bullpen.
That could happen too.
Maybe stick with that pitcher, a starting pitcher, a little bit too long. Oh, it does say Nike on the front.
It does.
I'm disappointed, Lucas.
Well, I got my A's under.
I know. Yeah, that's
Newell
good. You got even the
champions.
championship
Newell
shirt. That's right. I got mine at home. I got my official 3-button shirt underneath my A's sweatshirt. CJ over there in the middle, running the audio part of the ball game, is always dressed to the nines for these games, except today. At least he has an A's hat on. Okay, so you and Lucas are the same. And we got Bill is very consistent. Never wears an A's apparel type, unless they're underwear, which you can't see. But anyway. Yeah, what do we got here? 1 out. Mosley up. He's looking to shut down Chicago in the top of the 6th. Breaking pitch is inside.
If you're Grossi, Maybe you ought to be a little more careful with Mosley with that double that he had off you in the first inning. I'm sure Gronsky hasn't forgotten about that. One of the few hard hit balls that's been off of him so
and that's
far.
not the worst thing either. Sets up a double play. He reared back for the fastball, and all Mosley could do is foul it off. Kids are getting a workout, chasing those foul balls out of the park. Pitches a bounce foul again by the A's dugout.
Gronsky having trouble putting away Mosley. You just hope he doesn't make a mistake.
3-2 count.
You just hope he doesn't make a mistake in the situation, trying to put him away, get a little too frustrated where you just give him one hit.
Gronsky got the fastball by him. Mosley not able to check his swing. And another strikeout for Gavin.
Yeah, big pitch that time. Go a little bit above the zone. High fastballs sometimes are very hard to lay off, and Mosley cannot hold back the swing that time.
Hard to lay off the high, hard one. Moyer coming out to talk to his pitcher. Not sure why that would be.
Maybe just trying to get him through this 6th inning.
Short visit. He's leaving Gavin in. He's pitched an excellent ball game. We mentioned he appeared in 3 games last year, later in the year. You mentioned, Lucas, that he gave us more problems on the other team he played for than he, I'd love to get him on our team a little sooner last year. But having a good game today. Starts off Mitch Jordan with a strike. Flag in center field is blowing in. Breaking ball is hit out to short. Palmquist, another strong play at short, throws across for the out, and that ends the 6th inning for Chicago. They had the leadoff man on and at second base with nobody out, and Gronsky able to work through it.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Back here at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the bottom of the 6th. We're all tied at 1. It's going to be Casper, Kiesler, and Lemons, bottom 3 in the batting order.
Home. This is a big inning for him,
The trivia question here in the ballpark was who stole home in the game 1 of the 1955 World Series, And the options were Robinson, Jackie Robinson, Mickey Mantle, or Willie Mays. And of course, we knew that up here right away. And CJ didn't give us the answer either. Why don't you ask a hard question once? Casper up. He's been on base twice with a single and a walk. And has played some great defense. You know, he impressed me in that Wednesday night game against Two Rivers when he backed up the first baseman on that, and he was there for on that wild throw, and he threw the guy out trying to go to second, which was a long throw. And then today was the kid he threw out at second base on the quick transfer, catching the pitch and getting it to his throwing hand.
Great defensive catcher.
Pitch just a hair outside. Holm wanted it. Mosley wanted it. Kelling said, no way. It's a ball. That pitch was in there. Casper being patient at the plate. Ball's in foul territory, but goes out of play. Good effort by the first baseman.
Yeah, it's a big inning for Holm, as I was saying before. His offense hasn't given him any help at all. Just 2 hits and 1 run, but he's done enough to keep them in this game. Score tied at 1.
Hasn't had to throw a ton of pitches either.
He's been at a couple of jams, but he's gotten out of them pretty smoothly. I mean, if you give up 1 run, pitch count is going to be very high through 5+ normally anyway.
Breaking pitch is called, strike 3. Just caught the inside corner.
And
I may have misinterpreted. Were you talking about Holm or our pitcher Goronski?
Holm.
Yeah, Holm has thrown a lot of pitches.
Yeah.
Oh, you just missed that guy sitting down there by the railing with the gray hat on. He's talking to the lady alongside of him. He has a hooded sweatshirt. That's Sheboygan A's.
Yeah, I saw a couple in the shop I was walking past today.
It's not good enough to see him. You gotta buy him. There's another breaking pitch on the inside corner.
Hey, you know your breaking ball is good when you got the batter turned out of the way of it just for it to end up in the zone.
Exactly. Coming back with it. Inside that time.
Kiesler doesn't look too comfortable in the box against Holm right now. You think Holm can go really anywhere with the pitch? Or
There's
not.
a line drive right at the shortstop. Makes the catch. That brings up Lucas Lemons. Never say die with 2 outs. If you can get Lemons on and steal a base, Ames is certainly capable of driving them in. First ball pitching out to the shortstop. His underhand throw is just in time. And we're moving to the 7th. The score tied at 1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back here at Wildwood Park, it's going to be Benji Rodriguez leading off the 7th inning for the Rockies. Benji is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Stars of the game, Lucas, have to be Gorowski for us and Holm for them on the mound.
Yeah, by far. I mean, 1-1 game in the 7th inning. It's very rare, especially nowadays with how talented hitters are. Pitchers are just as talented, but it's tough to throw a game like this, especially both pitchers. Give up 2 hits, as Gorowski's done. It's truly remarkable.
Oh, pitch inside and he hits Rodriguez. Bad start to the 7th inning.
And a sign of bad inning always is a leadoff walk. A hit by pitch kind of works the same way, probably even worse.
That's why that 6th inning was so tenuous, you know, getting that leadoff guy on and getting him at second base with nobody out and able to work through it. First pitch to Joba Farrell is the ball. Pardon, Colin Fennelly. Swing and a miss, evens the count. Rodriguez is on first, being hit by a pitch. Fennelly's up. He's 0 for 2. Good stop by Casper. Peel, no swing.
You know, runners in scoring position in a game like this are just so valuable. You look at the A's, they're 0 for 7. And look at Chicago, they really haven't had too many opportunities until last inning.
Right, they've only left 3 guys on base in the ball game. It goes directly to your point, not getting many runners on.
Especially in games like this, you just have to capitalize at least a couple of times, put some runs on the board, give Chicago that feeling that they can't stick around.
Gorowski comes set, and he delivers. Line drive into left field. It drops in for a hit right down the line. Chicago is going to have runners on at second and third with nobody out. Good piece of hitting by Fennelly.
Has kind of reached out for that one, dropped it down the line, and he's got enough speed to get to second base easily. And A's are in trouble now.
The only upside to all of this is it's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters next. Moyer coming out and bringing in a relief pitcher. You get the number of the kid that's coming in, Lucas?
I did not.
We'll have that figured out in a second.
Tough spot to come into as a pitcher. Tie game, 7th inning of a 7-inning game.
Yeah.
Looks like Nolan Sand, number 26, Nolan Sand.
Nolan pitched the other night. For Gavin Gorowski, he goes 6 innings, gives up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 run so far. He is responsible for the 2 on base. Nolan Sand in the ball game. Checking our stats from last year. Nolan pitched the other night, like I mentioned. He went 1 inning, did have a strikeout. It's a pretty clean inning. Last year, that was the hitting part. Now see if we can find his name on the pitching side. right here. Appeared in 4 games, 10 1/3 innings. The thing I'm looking at is the strikeouts. He did strike out 6, so my assumption is he's not a big, high-rate strikeout kind of pitcher,
Yeah.
which is what we could really use now. Finished with a 2-0 record.
Pretty solid ERA of 4.3. Definitely a respectable ERA.
Yeah, what we definitely need is a guy to throw strikes.
And you know, he can do that. He's very capable of throwing strikes. If you're going to be a contact pitcher, you have to have an ability to throw strikes. Kind of use the zone to your advantage. Try to get hitters to chase pitches, get weak contact.
Joba Farrell up. Infield is up on the grass. Harry's actually on the grass at first. First pitch is a strike.
And if Sand could get out of this inning without getting up a run, that'd be otherworldly. Second and third, nobody out. Just come into a game.
Whoa. Breaking pitch slipped out of the hand of Sand. Good stop by Cal Casper.
You almost think, Marty, do you pitch around the 7-hole? I mean, it's tough to say pitch around the 7-hole hitter, but just to give you a chance at a small short ground ball in front of the plate, get the force.
I wouldn't. I'd go after him. He drew a walk. Joba did in the second, but grounded to third. His last at bat in the 5th.
Infield is in for Sheboygan. You'd have to wonder if the contact play is on. Running on contact for Colorado.
Farrell sticks the bat out and fouls it away.
Farrell hasn't struck out today. He's got a ground out and a walk.
Sand pitches way outside. Doesn't feel like he's gripping the ball well or not feeling it in his hand well. The pitches that are not strikes are way out of the strike zone.
Yeah, the off-speed pitches.
Good job of hanging in there by Farrell. Well, the Bat Boys here for Chicago. He arrives in the 7th inning. Better late than never.
Prepping for game 2.
Yep. Breaking ball is poked out into a short right field. It drops, and a run is in.
And that's the negative of having that infield in. More than likely, Haas is going to get to that if he's playing his normal positioning. But you have to bring the infield in that time, and just got to live with it. Tough break.
With runners on first and third, and still nobody out. Todd Gorowski.
Martin is the name I see in the last name of the jersey. That is not Todd.
Okay.
So let's go with Martin.
Pinch hitter Martin. They're going to. And they do it. They did a play that Sheboygan did quite often a couple years ago. Let the runner get picked off at first, and then send the runner from third, and he was able to score on a stolen base.
That's a really tough play for Palmquist to make at short. You might as well have just taken the out, concede the run. But it's tough to have that play. I mean, normally as an offensive team, when you run that play, you're expecting to have at least one of your guys get out, whether it be the one going home or going to second. It's a tough break for the A's not to get anyone.
Martin.
Wow.
Grounder in front of the plate, and now nobody able to make the play. And he reaches on an infield hit.
And this is small ball baseball to a T right now. I mean, doing all the small things right so far. Little pop-up just behind the infield. Getting the pickoff play to work. Getting bunt base hits.
2 runs have scored in the inning. Rockies lead it 3-1. Still nobody out, and they have a man on third. And there's a rip to the gap in left center field. That's going to drop, and another run will score. Spears, nice hit for him.
And as good as a day as Goronski had, he's going to finish the game with 3 earned runs.
Jeez.
Sand hasn't been able to find that breaking ball early in this outing, so it's been a lot of fastball, and it's been easier for Chicago to pick up that pitch, knowing that it's basically becoming a one-dimensional pitcher.
And that puts us right back to the top of the order. Ugh. Three runs in, 4-1 is the score. Bowling trying to bunt the runners over.
And if you're the A's offense, get out of here, try to minimize the damage, and in the 7th, you hope it's just anyone other than Holm on the mound.
Looking ahead to the 7th inning, Sheboygan will have the top of the order. First, they have to stop them. They've already got 3 runs in the inning. Bowling had a good pitch to bunt, and all he could do is foul it off.
We talked about how it hadn't gotten a hit. Chicago hadn't had a hit since the first inning, and now you look down at your score sheet, and they got 4 hits in this 7th inning compared to just the 2 they had coming into the first 6.
They got Martin on second, Spears on at first. Slow roller to Harry, fires to second for the force out. No play on the batter Bowling, so he reaches on a fielder's choice. And Martin advances to third. Nice play by Harry.
Yeah, just need to get out in that situation. You couldn't afford to let another small ball base hit or small ball base runner for Chicago.
Getting up, he's 0 for 2 with that sacrifice in the first. And they let the runner Bowling go.
Defensive indifference.
And yeah, defensive indifference.
You're sad you cannot allow any more runs in this inning. I'm going to give this A's office a chance in the 7th inning.
And the infield again is in.
Has to be. Less than 2 outs. Runners on second and third.
Wind blowing pretty hard out there right now. The flag is really blowing hard right to the pitcher's mound. Anything hit to the outfield is not going to be very deep.
Kind of surprised Gayton didn't try to bunt to begin this at bat. Runners on second, third. After he had such a beautiful bunt in the first inning, even though he was thrown out at first.
Yeah, it was really a great bunt. We're in the top of the 7th. There's 1 out. Chicago's plated 3 runs so far. Nolan Sand on the mound trying to prevent any more runs from scoring. The way Sheboygan's been hitting throughout the course of the game, that 3 runs might be enough for Chicago.
Especially if Holm comes back out there for the 7th inning.
I got a feeling that second game it's going to be a little more chilly out in the stands, Lucas. And a walk. Loads the bases. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Josh Mosley. Moyer coming back out.
Tough start for Sand, but I mean, it's tough as a relief pitcher to come into a game, nobody else, runners on second and third. And it's, as you're a relief pitcher, I'm sure as a pitcher yourself, you always like coming into a clean inning.
Oh, for sure. It's much easier to come in with the bases empty and pitch versus second and third when you've got the pressure on you right from the start. And they got to give Chicago credit. Farrell and Gorowski and Spears all getting base hits. And then the delayed steal at home. Mosley 1 for 3. Sand starts him out with a strike.
Mosley's got that double, then he struck out 2 times. What a spot. A strikeout would be for Sand or a ball on the ground.
That pitch was outside, got away from Casper, and tried to make a play, but it was late. The runner, Martin, was able to score on the pass ball.
Just been the kind of inning it's been for Sheboygan. Not a lot has gone their way.
No, this has been an inning from Hades. Sand still trying to find his stuff. He's this is the 6th batter he's faced. The only out was a ground ball to Harry, and he got the force out at second base. Sand delivers again. That pitch is outside. Just to me, doesn't seem very comfortable on the mound.
Yeah. It's like I mentioned before, it's tough to be comfortable when the situation you come into is not ideal, as it was for Nolan in the 7th inning.
There's been a long half inning for the Rockies. I wonder if Home is going to come out and pitch the 7th.
You have to assume he comes out at least to start it. I don't know how many pitching options Chicago really has.
Yeah, they have 3 more games left. And another walk. So Nolan has walked the last 2 hitters he's faced. This is the number 9, the 9th hitter of the inning. Mitch Jordan is up. He's 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning.
A's have turned a double play already today. Would love to see another one.
Infield is up. You know, at this juncture, I'd almost rather see the corners in and let the middle infielders back, hoping for a double play, and that's exactly what they do right now.
Spoken into existence.
Jacob and Harry are even with the bag at 3rd and 1st. Bases are loaded for the Rockies. Over the head of the batter. That was dangerous.
You gotta wonder how long Nolan's leash is if it keeps going like this. Moyer, you thought at least get this inning out of him, but
yeah, it's going to be tough.
Don't want to wear him out.
And a bases loaded walk forces in another run. And we've batted around.
And here comes Moyer to the mound.
Let's see if we can catch the number of the guy coming in. Number 31.
Does that matter?
Does it matter? Yes, it matters.
No.
Colson matter is coming in. Colson pitched on Wednesday night. He went an inning, gave up a couple hits, gave up that two-run homer to Mills, your buddy from Moosburg, I believe he's from. But he did have 3 strikeouts.
Yeah. This game was really moving along.
It was moving along, and right now we're at 1 hour and 54 minutes. That game the other night we called 1:35. It's a very quick-moving game.
Hopefully Colson can.
We've had a lot of walks in the ball game.
Yes. Hopefully Colson can make a couple quick pitches here.
5 walks by Holmes so far. And Goronski didn't do too bad. He had 3 in 6 innings. Sand really struggled with 1, 2, 3. 3 walks, hit by pitch, and then also the 3 hits allowed.
Yeah, you hope Colson. Said he struck out the side. We know he's got that strikeout stuff. If he's around the zone, we can get some of these Rockies hitters and keep the score where it is. Bennett. Problem is there's still only 1 out in the inning.
Benji Rodriguez is scheduled to hit, but they're sending up number 34. Number 34. We don't. Colston Matter in. Bennett is the hitter. Give him the heat. Doesn't look like he can catch up with the fastball. Pitch looked a little bit outside, but Kelling called it a strike. We like that. 0-2 is the count to the pinch hitter. Oh, it's been a good game until the top of the 7th. Then it's gotten really brutal. Infield fly rule is called. Harry makes the catch, and there's 2 outs.
And that's all you can ask for. You know, when you got runners in scoring position like that, in less than 2 outs, you want a pop-up or a strikeout. And Matter got one of those 2 options with the pop-up to Harry.
You get the same situation. The kid that's scheduled to bat is not the scheduled hitter. This is the gentleman that came up to hit in place of the scheduled batter a couple innings ago. So we're not exactly sure what's going on. But we'll call him Colin Fennelly and go with that. We got 1 more out to get. It's 5-1.
6-1.
6-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the inning. That's what I meant.
Hopefully it stays at 6-1, and the A's still within a very small amount of striking distance. But they do have the top of the order coming up in that 7th inning, so you never know. So it makes baseball special.
Lucas, you were right. Going to the bullpen. They made us go to our bullpen first.
Shifted the game, you know.
Bases remain loaded, but there are 2 outs.
That leadoff hit by pitch kind of set the tone for the 7th inning.
Line drive drops in right center field, and 2 more runs will score. Oh boy.
And what was once a pitcher's duel is now turned into just a blowout.
Yep, exactly. Three of the walks that have happened this inning have scored. And the guy that was hit by a pitch to start the inning has scored. So those kinds of get on bases can really hurt. And, you know, you talked about it throughout the course of the game. Sheboygan was getting the runners on via walks and hit by pitches, not a lot of hitting, but they couldn't come up with that clutch hit.
0 for 7 runners in scoring position today for Sheboygan. A couple chances with the bases loaded and only getting 1 run out of those 2 different chances in multiple innings. I mean, probably at the end of the day, it wasn't going to get 7 runs out of those innings, but at least make this a game. But a couple more runs on the board.
Joba Farrell is the hitter. Farrell singled in a run earlier in this 7th inning. You know, it's a bad inning for Sheboygan when the umpires start barking about the umpiring. Just off the tip of the catcher. It's been a 7-run inning so far. It's 8-1 Chicago. And finally, called strike 3 ends the inning. But Chicago does come up with 7 runs. And as we head to the 7th, it's Chicago 8, Sheboygan 1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Alex Ames leading off the 7th for Sheboygan takes that first pitch from home, a ball. Carl staying in the ball game for the Rockies. We thought he might have made a change because of the long half inning, but he seems to be loose enough.
I guess you can just hope he's not the same pitcher after the long layoff.
Yeah, there's a good point. Pitches outside, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike to Alex Ames. Ames 0 for 1. He's walked a couple of times. Had that bases loaded walk in the 4th to tie up the game, and he walked in the 1st and stole a base. A pitch in the dirt makes it 3-2.
Big momentum swing. Down 7 runs, but just for the innings purposes, big momentum swing either way, walk or strikeout.
Good start for Sheboygan. Got to start somewhere. George Haas is up.
And just the way Chicago's inning started with the leadoff hit by pitch, but leadoff base runner.
Getting a leadoff guy on. Haas has hit the ball every time up. Not real hard, but he's not striking out.
And we've seen the walks sort of tick up for home in the past few innings. Hopefully it continues that way where Chicago has no choice but to go to the bullpen.
Chicago has nobody warming up in their bullpen. He likes that breaking pitch, threw it there, but was down. Closer than the first two. It's 3-0. So Lucas, he's got a 3-1 count. You think he should be taken on this pitch too, or hitting away?
I don't know. It's tough to say, you're down 7 runs, but you got to look fastball and lay off anything breaking ball variety as fouls fastball off there.
Full count. Alex is on first. Bouncing ball up the middle. Could be a double play. The ball was bobbled by the second baseman. They were able to get the force at second, but that's it. And then Haas reaches on the fielder's choice and then moves the second on the error on the shortstop.
And I think even if that ball is fielded cleanly by Finelli at second base, it's probably not going to be a double play with the speed of George Haas. But we'll take the extra base for Haas. But in a 7-run game, you wouldn't really want to trade out for it.
Yep. Harry's up. Harry's had a tough game. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Hey, you'd rather have it in an exhibition game than a league game.
That's for sure. Got to give a lot of credit to home. We've been saying it all day, but it's tough to shut down a lineup like Sheboygan throughout an entire game, and he's done that thus far through 6 in the 3rd innings.
So fly ball hit out to a short center field. Bowling coming in hard. He can't make the play. It drops in. And Haas had to stay at second base.
Yeah, it's tough for Haas. There's no way he could have known that was going to drop the way that Bowling was going in on it. And if he had committed too far to third and the ball's caught, then he's caught and run out, the game's over. So.
There you go, right? And you're 6 runs down, don't take any chances. Ground ball up the middle. Out at second, relay to first in time. And that's the ball game. Sheboygan drops game 1 of this doubleheader by a score of 8-1. We'll be back in about 20 to 25 minutes. It makes it about 5:30 for Game 2. So we look forward to coming back and seeing you then. The winning pitcher was Carl Holm. He went the distance. And picking up the loss was Gavin Gorowski.